This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Like looking around and used my key fob, nothing went off. Well, we know they're stealing stuff in a very nice car.
Imagine his surprise when he found out his stolen car was being used to steal more stuff. Ahead this morning on Sunrise, we're going to hear from a Portland business owner relying on social media sleuths to find his ride.
And Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler won't be running for re-election. Ahead, the reasoning behind his announcement and the main focus for the rest of his time as mayor.
And we are also live this morning in Mount Angel. If we're in Mount Angel and it's the middle of September, you know it must be Oktoberfest time. It is indeed, my friends. That's why we're sporting the lederhosen on this Thursday morning. Mount Angel's annual Oktoberfest celebration starts today. It runs through Sunday. Eric, are you attracted to the knees?
Oh my goodness.
What is pulling you towards the knees this morning? Eric Patterson behind the camera.
Eyes are up here.
Brenda, Christine, Rodney, Chris, yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for noticing, guys. We'll have more details on this year's Mount Angel Oktoberfest coming up here at 5:15.
Oh, I know it's going to be a good one. Can't wait to hear more, Drew. Thank you. And good morning, everybody. We're going to start off with Rod. You are heating things up today.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Mount Angel. There's no need to spend any part of your day looking at Drew's knees, I will
Stop
say.
it now.
That is just a fabulous festival if you've never been. All right, we have clear skies up top, the city lights from the Wells Fargo camera. 60 degrees is the temperature outside. Some of you are in the low 50s, so we have some falling off of the temperatures this morning. Here's the warm-up, 77 to noon. I like our chances of hitting 90 somewhere around 3 o'clock or at the latest 4 in the afternoon, and then being 88 degrees later today. So the heat, getting turned up. Here's Chris.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, let's keep it cool, calm, and collected on the roads, and so far we're doing that. All green on the traffic map right now. We'll take it. Is there a car? There's one. There's two. When we can count single cars on the freeway, you know we're in pretty good shape. This is 217 near Allen Boulevard, rolling right along there, and the trip out of Clark County here near the Interstate Bridge. Just a couple of cars and trucks making their way down towards the bridge. So far, no crashes, no unexpected delays on the freeways, guys.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chris. This morning, we start with news out of Portland City Hall. The longest-serving mayor in almost 20 years will not be running for re-election.
Ted Wheeler made that announcement in an open letter to the city yesterday afternoon. As you'd expect, it was met with both positive and negative reactions. Let's get out to our Devin Haskins live for us this morning outside City Hall. And Devin, his current term ends next year.
Yeah, and good morning. Over the next 15 months, he says he plans on focusing his attention on some of what he calls are the city's biggest issues. And he says those are economic recovery, public safety, livability, and homelessness. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler previously served as the treasurer for the state of Oregon before he announced he would run for Portland's top job in 2015. He defeated former Mayor Charlie Hales and took office in 2017 and was reelected in 2020. Ted Wheeler was the first mayor elected to a second term since Vera Katz back in the late 90s. And in those 7 years as Portland's mayor, Wheeler says his administration has dealt with public battles with President Trump. He's also dealt with the riots and protests a couple years ago that led to questions about police tactics. And at the same time, as the city saw the COVID-19 pandemic, the city has also seen drastic changes over recent years, with businesses closing down or moving out, an increase in homelessness, crime, and graffiti. In his letter, Mayor Wheeler says, "I am a firm believer in public service and know that when government is accountable and responsive to the needs of the community, it can be a force for good." He also goes on to say, "Serving as the elected mayor of Portland has been both humbling and the greatest privilege of my life." City Commissioner Mingus Mapps, who has said he is running for Portland mayor, said in a statement to KGW that he considers Wheeler a friend and that he's been a dedicated public servant and has led Portland through a challenging time. He has made great sacrifices in his service to our city. Now, this announcement by Mayor Wheeler says that, comes at the same time that in 2025, the city will undergo a new form of government. So in 2024, in November 2024, Portlanders will elect 12 city councilors based on ranked choice voting, a new mayor now, and a city manager, which will then be appointed, the city manager will be appointed by a mayor and answer to the mayor. Again, that election coming up in November of 2024. Back to you.
Lots of moving parts in this. Devin, thank you. Happening today, Multnomah County leaders will discuss how to spend more than $100 million set aside to address the homeless crisis. That includes a surprise $12 million that came from the federal government this week. That's on top of what's already been collected from a local tax. Commissioner Sharon Myron wants to spend it on 3 different things: shelter beds, a sobering center in downtown Portland, and places for people to transition after leaving detox or treatment. Commissioner Julia Brim Edwards has a similar proposal.
We should be investing in those big picture things we know we need, and that's what I'll be advocating for.
Make a big investment in shelters now. I believe we decrease the need for and the amount of unsanctioned camping that's having a huge impact on our neighborhoods.
The commissioners meet later today, although we don't expect a final vote.
And a strike may be looming for thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers. Today, we are expecting to hear whether 4,000 Oregon and Southwest Washington healthcare workers will decide to walk the picket line. The unions representing the workers plan to announce the results of their votes around 9:30 this morning. They're citing unfair labor practices, unsafe work conditions, and understaffing as some of the reasons for the possible strike. Kaiser said in a statement it'll continue negotiations and are working to hire more people.
Now to Yamhill County, where some residents in the town of Lafayette are planning to air their grievances at a city hall meeting tonight. Their water bills have skyrocketed by hundreds of dollars. City officials tell us they owe money to a utility company in McMinnville. They warned people a few months ago there's going to be a small increase, but they weren't expecting this jump. The city administrator says all late fees will be waived this month and no one's water will be turned off if they can't pay. Tonight's meeting is at 6:30.
A Portland business owner is trying to get his car back after it was stolen in southeast Portland. But as Ashley Grams found, the thieves appear to be using the car to commit more crimes in the Portland area.
Right here, you can still kind of see some of the glass shatter right here.
That's glass from the window of Ryan Rollins' Audi S8.
I was like looking around and used my key fob, nothing went off.
Rollins owns a Bible Club and PDX Sliders. He says he was parked across the street from his Selwood restaurant when his car was stolen.
You know, it seems like 5 to 5:30 is the witching hour for these thieves.
Rollins took to social media, hoping someone would spot it, and they did.
They caught it on the Ring Cam. They were stealing Amazon packages.
Not only was his stolen car seen rolling down the street in Estacada, but the thieves have continued to steal.
Well, we know they're stealing stuff in a very nice car.
You can see in this video, someone runs to the front porch of a house and takes an Amazon package before getting back in the front seat of the Audi.
It just kind of goes to show what community awareness and support kind of does to help find things like that.
Rollins says he's grateful for all the eyes on the street.
They've kind of felt that they can become lawless and there's really no repercussions, you know.
Now he just wants to get his car back and knows people around the metro area can make that happen.
There's not really the resources to chase and find these guys, so you have to kind of rely on social media and the community to kind of snitch on these people, and that's what we're hoping for.
Ashley Grams, KGW News.
All right, Rod is back in studio with us. You know, when I think of September, I think of fall. I know it's still summer.
It's meteorological fall. In your heart, you are a weatherman.
Weather gal,
right? Weather woman.
professional.
Yeah,
Weather woman.
I thought we may be done with 90s.
Yeah, you know, we can have 90s all the way through the first week of October. Something that Chris McGinnis and I talk about. It's like, that record's going to fall one of these days. It's going to be mid-October and we're going to hit 90 degrees. You're not a fan, I can tell.
I'm not.
All right, here we go with the satellite picture. We have nothing going on. Yeah, all right, we are clear. It's a north to northeast wind flow down low. We're watching for potential fog pockets mainly along the coast. Other than that, it will be a blue sky no matter where your travels take you today. And most of us will experience light winds and really lovely weather, but there will be a few hours this afternoon where it's noticeably hot outside. This is Futurecast tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, it does nestle up a little bit of low clouds to begin the day on Friday, but otherwise, the coast sunny today, sunny the majority of the time tomorrow, and probably sunny on Saturday as well. The only thing I'm watching wind-wise is the center of the hot air, what we call kind of the thermal heat trough, is right here, setting up along the coast range into the valley. So it's possible that air out of the gorge will chase that core of where the
warm weather sets up, and that would draw an east wind out into some areas of East counties, especially East Clark and East Multnomah counties. But we're not talking anything extreme. Maybe some gusts about 20 miles per hour eventually coming from the east. Other than that, winds will be light. The skies are clear right now. Temperature out at the airport is 60 degrees. And we have some cool spots because it has been clear and calm overnight. Newport's in the 40s. Good morning. Perhaps some fog down in Uquina Bay area. 54 in Salem. Kelso's in the low 50s. Astoria's at 50. 51 out in Pelton. And we have near freezing in Burns this morning. It's 34. So there's a chill when you folks make that first step outside. All right, for the coast, look at this. The computer model says 80 in Astoria, 77 in Pacific City. That's a summer day, right? And then here in the valley, this is a summer day. Salem, 91 degrees. Pretty good confidence. Everybody will at least be 88, and some of us will hit 90 or 91 today. Portland did make it to 82, our forecast high yesterday afternoon. Today, 90 in Vancouver, 89 in Battleground, perhaps some gusts near the gorge, 20 to 25 miles per hour. 94 tomorrow, it's still 90 Saturday, perhaps, and then the cool off Sunday. I'm liking rain chances setting up Tuesday into Tuesday night really well right now. That's your forecast.